Recording.
So hopefully this video checks out. It's dark, it's cold, we've been through a lot of fog, we're wet, nasty, but this is what a 2000 Honda VFR looks like with almost 56,000 miles on it. It's a one owner. I've had it for 23 years in November. I just put a new set of Dunlop Road Sport 2s on it. We are riding up to the bakery to get us breakfast. I've got my partner Roland at my side, and I wanted to turn the camera on here so you guys could see what it's like to sit at a red light in the middle of nowhere. We're probably a good 15 miles from any kind of civilization. But they're rebuilding the bridge up here, so that's why. And when I tell you that this bridge is narrow, it's narrow. I came through here one evening with my equipment trailer, pulling a skid steer, and I'm going to tell you, some of this, you can see it right through here. This is narrow. My trailer was just about as wide as this road. But talk about a nice morning for a ride. Once we got away from the water, the fog lifted, and there's a river next to us. You can see it over there. But we're so far in the valley, the temperature's not too bad. You can see the fog up at the top of the mountains in front of us. We'll probably get into that, and it's more than likely going to ruin this video. The camera doesn't do too well in the fog. But yeah, I put these Road Sport 2s on the bike this past week. I went from the Continental Sport Attack, and I don't get to ride this bike that much, but every time I ride this bike, it just makes me smile. The Honda VFR is just an amazing bike. If you've ever ridden one, you know what I'm talking about. It's not a sport bike, it's not a sport touring bike, it's just an all-around great bike. It's very forgiving, it doesn't care what gear you have it in, it just pulls. But I've got about, on the clock right now, I've probably got about 30 miles on these tires. This is one of my favorite areas to test out a set of tires. Clearly you can see why. It just doesn't get any better than this. And don't get me wrong, you know, the Honda Interceptor is no Ducati monster. But it is a fun bike to ride. And the sound from the engine, that V4, I've got the Two Brothers Titanium full system. I was one of the lucky people who scored one back in 2000. I'm not sure how long they made it for, but I've talked to a lot of people who wish they would have bought one back in the day. But the exhaust system just sounds great on this bike. So we just went through a temperature change. I hope the camera didn't fog up. My helmet, my face shield just fogged up. And it's inside. Yeah, it was, when we were down by the river, it was 52 degrees. It's 54 degrees now. in. I hope you can see too. My luck, the camera lens is all foggy. There's not usually a lot of traffic out on this road, but it looks like today we're going to have to get around a car. They got a brand new car. Look at that. That's a brand new Ford. Here we go. Just the gear there. That's embarrassing. These road sports, I now have these road sports on four of my bikes. 2 VFRs, Ducati 848 and the Ducati M1100. I still have the M7RRs on my black Ducati. They will be getting these tires. These tires make pretty much all of my bikes feel the same. So confident. So confident. These tires just, yeah. I rode this bike Sunday morning, and that's when I realized that, hey, the Sport Attacks are at that point that they suck. So I was going to go for a long ride, but this bike just wasn't handling the way I wanted it to. You know how tires get when they get worn out. I don't typically wear out the center of the tires. Usually the edges wear out long before the centers. And it gets to that point, hey, that was a trailer full of pumpkins. But tires get to that point where they're I don't know, it's when you lean it into a turn like this, it's like the bike just falls over. It goes from the center of the tire and then just drops fast to the edge. It doesn't roll into the turn like new tires do. New tires are the best, aren't they? Yeah, these tires are great on a Honda VFR. We're back down to 52 degrees. You can feel that 2-degree temperature drop, especially when there's a little bit of moisture in the air.